Ever scroll through Instagram and think, okay, this influencer is too perfect? Today,
Yeah.
we're taking that feeling to the next level
Okay.
because we're diving deep into the world of virtual influencers.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
It really is.
This isn't some sci-fi movie scenario anymore. It's our reality.
You're right. It's everywhere you look these days.
It is.
And to help us navigate this digital phenomenon, we're unpacking a brand new research paper published just this past July. Virtual influencers versus human influencers in the context of influencer marketing.
It sounds a little dry, I know,
Okay.
but I promise the findings are anything but.
Okay, so let's start with the sheer scope of this. The research found that a staggering 75% of young adults on social media, we're talking 18 to 24-year-olds, follow at least one virtual influencer.
And here's where it gets really interesting. 40% of those young adults have actually purchased something based on a virtual influencer's recommendation. This isn't just about likes and follows, it's about real purchasing power.
Which is why everyone's paying attention.
Right.
We're not just talking small brands dipping their toes in the water.
Yeah.
Chevrolet, American Tourister, huge names are signing deals with these virtual beings.
It really makes you question this whole idea of authenticity, though, doesn't it?
It does.
Because previous research indicated that people generally perceive virtual influencers as less authentic than their human counterparts.
Interesting.
So how do we reconcile that with their undeniable effectiveness?
It's like this weird paradox. But this new research might have the answer. They did an experiment, and the findings were, well, let's just say unexpected.
To really understand these findings, we need to talk about the experiment's design. Researchers used images of existing virtual influencers, ensuring consistency in appearance across both the virtual and human influencer groups.
So level playing field in terms of looks.
Exactly.
Got it. What happened next?
Participants looked at these images and consistently rated the virtual influencers as more authentic.
Wait, seriously. More authentic? That seems so counterintuitive.
Oh, you know?
How is that even possible? Okay, so how do the researchers explain this whole virtual authenticity thing?
Well,
It feels like we're living in an episode of Black Mirror.
they introduced this fascinating concept called machine heuristic.
Okay.
It's the idea that we tend to have inherent positive biases towards machines. We see them as objective, consistent, even more trustworthy than humans in some contexts.
So it's like we're hardwired to trust the algorithm. That actually makes sense. We're constantly told data doesn't lie.
Exactly. And the study found that the more a person believed in this machine heuristic, meaning the more they trusted machines over humans, the more authentic they perceived the virtual influencer.
So our increasing reliance on algorithms and data-driven decision-making might be making us more susceptible to trusting these virtual figures.
Yeah.
It's fascinating and a little bit unnerving at the same time. But how does this tie back to virtual influencers actually selling us stuff?
That's the heart of it, isn't it? The study confirms that the more authentic we find an influencer, virtual or human, the more we trust them. And as we know, trust is a powerful driver in consumer behavior. It often leads to that clicking that buy now button.
Because if that virtual influencer with their perfectly curated life says it's good, it must be, right?
In a way, yes. This research suggests that virtual influencers aren't just a fad. They tap into something fundamental about how we build trust and make decisions online, especially in the age of algorithms.
So it's not just about whether a computer-generated image can convince you to buy a new lipstick or a pair of shoes. It has much broader implications.
Absolutely. It makes you question what authenticity even means in a world where algorithms can create personalities so relatable, so seemingly flawless, that we find them more trustworthy than actual humans.
This is much bigger than just marketing, isn't it? It makes you question what authenticity even means when algorithms can create personalities that we find more relatable and trustworthy than actual people.
Yeah, and it's a question we're all grappling with. As our online and offline lives become increasingly intertwined, we have to consider the implications of placing our trust in entities that might be expertly crafted to influence our decisions.
It's almost like we're all just data points in a massive social experiment.
There's definitely potential for manipulation, which is a serious concern. However, understanding the mechanisms at play, like the machine heuristic, allows us to be more discerning consumers. When we're aware of these inherent biases, we can approach online interactions with a more critical eye.
So the next time you're scrolling through your feed and you see that picture-perfect influencer telling you to buy the latest gadget, take a step back and ask yourself,
Is this a real person or a carefully constructed persona? And if they're designed to push my buttons, how comfortable am I with that?
It's definitely a lot to consider. This deep dive has given me so much to think about.
And that's exactly what we aim for, to spark your curiosity and encourage you to engage with these complex issues in a meaningful way.
Well, you've definitely done that. If any of our listeners want to dive even deeper into this topic, we'll be sure to link the full research paper in the show notes.
Happy exploring, everyone!
And until next time.